Okay. How you doing?
Ugh, I'm crazy. I just got done cleaning my dad's house so I could have some money, and I'm now at the dollar store so I can get something for my house to make it clean. Now I have a question for you.
I might have an answer.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so ever since we came to talk to you guys at the Reintegration Center
Yeah.
at Grafton, we've been getting lots of letters, right?
Yeah.
And you realize
I
that...
knew you.
Huh?
Yeah, I knew you would. Sure.
Yeah, and that's okay, but we get letters from, unfortunately, my people behind bars all over Ohio and sometimes even other states, and phone calls. So I'm trying to come up with a way that we all can like get on the same page and communicate what needs to be done without. There's no way in heck I can write back everybody.
I wouldn't think so, no.
And I'm sorry, I want to do a newsletter, but literally, like, I don't make any money right now. I feel that I'm...
This call is originating from an Ohio correctional facility and may be recorded and monitored.
I feel like I'm breaking major barriers and boundaries for us on mass incarceration. And I had to sever ties with James.
Say that again?
I had to sever ties with James.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that.
I'm sorry. James wasn't honest with me about what happened with his charges. And my card, the head of my card is, children of the incarcerated parent and prison population reduction, mental health, and addiction. And therefore, with the charges that James has, there's no way in heck. I mean, I don't go to a bar because I'm an alcoholic. And I'm not going to put myself around something that I had a horrible issue with. And as awful as this sounds, I mean, James's charges were they were several children charges. And we don't go around children. And we advocate for online visits. We get Christmas presents for children of the incarcerated parent and Halloween costumes and school uniforms. But still, there's no way in heck that that's okay. Do you understand?
I can understand the implication there, sure. And that's what leads me to my involvement with you.
Okay.
Because I had, first of all, I read your book, and I wanted to read your book and learn who you were first before I even talked with you, because I felt that would be more appropriate. So now that I have a better understanding, and I think I wrote you a letter, and I do understand, and you got to understand, when a female comes into a men's prison, okay, of course you're going to get thousands of letters. That's just human nature.
Right.
So I knew that you were going to get bombarded with letters, but reading about your time in Marysville, and you were bunking with a sex offender, and the way you described it, how do you even know that this person was guilty as charged? So I kind of wanted to talk to you a little bit about that, and how you felt, much less going forward as far as I'm concerned, how you would feel about someone as me, because I'm convicted.
This call is originating from an Ohio correctional facility and may be recorded and monitored.
That never did any such thing.
Right.
So, I mean, where do you stand? Where do you stand with these types of issues?
Okay, well, let me tell you. What did you think of my book?
I think what did I think about it? I enjoyed the parallelisms, between the men's prison and the female's prison. And listening to your story is like, wow. I got, pistol comes to mind. I mean, you're just, whoa. You're a little firecracker. That's what I got out of it.
Well.
So it kind of took me. It's like, I think you could have done a whole lot less time had you just settled down a little, but.
Right. I should write what not to do when you're going to prison for dummies.
Exactly.
I know. I did everything wrong. That's why I train people out here what not to do now, to learn from my mistakes. And that book hopefully helps people. But where I stand on sex offenders is, you know, I know in your situation, how long have you been behind bars?
27 years.
27 years. Okay. I stand on this. I advocate, and I've publicly advocated that sex offenders, when they come home, they are blocked and arsonists from reentry help. Almost all of it. Like, we have Urban League. I had a guy who came home from prison after 30 years. He had raped a cop's daughter. And ODRC, he was dropped off from, he's not from this county, and he was dropped off at ODRC with $12. And he didn't want to go back to, he admits that he raped the cop's daughter, and his name was Mr. Harris. I had to put him up in a homeless tent city in the name of justice camp. And I told society, you know, sex offenders and arsonists are the last people in prison that you want to come home and not have anywhere to go. Because, you know, they don't have tattoos on their head that says, I'm a sex offender, I'm an arsonist. Nobody knows who you're standing next to and if they've been rehabilitated or if they haven't. And I feel that sex offenders need mental health. Now, if you're innocent and you're a sex offender, or you're not a sex offender, but you've been behind bars for 27 years, readjusting to society,